Welcome back. This third video will focus on using polls in your Zoom sessions. Now, polls are a great way to increase student engagement, and it also lets the instructor understand and determine the knowledge, opinion, or understanding of the group. It's a great way to check the temperature of the group and to see, just simply ask in a poll, maybe, do you understand? Or do you want me to explain more? It's important to note that polls are only available in licensed copies of Zoom accounts. And so Shepherd University has 70 Zoom licensed accounts, and 69 of them are being used. If you're a full-time professor, you will have this polling option. If you're an adjunct member of our faculty, you may not have this option available to you, but there are third-party apps like Poll Everywhere where you can accomplish the same task and to use polls within your Zoom sessions. So how do you create and launch a poll? Well, as you can see, I'm in my Zoom meeting dashboard, and I'm going to head over to Settings, and I will go to In-Meeting Basic. And this gets me into the list far enough where I don't have to scroll too much, but I look for meeting polls, and I have to turn that setting on so that it's available to me in any new meeting that I might set up. So I'll go back to meetings here, and I'm just going to choose a meeting that I've set up already. And this is the page where you can see the link for the meeting. And at the bottom now, because I have polls enabled, I will see poll here and an add button. You can see that I have 4 new polls available. And let me go ahead and delete this one. And you can see how to delete them, obviously. But I will add a new poll. So I will call this temperature check number 2. And I'll ask, do you understand? And yes, move on. No, explain more. Scroll down and save it. Now, by saving it in that moment, you can see that I have a poll here called Temperature Check 2, and I have one question within that poll. In my poll number 2 that I just entitled Demonstration, you can see that I have 4 questions. While this add button adds new polls, if I go into this poll, the add question button adds questions to a poll. So there's a distinct difference. If I want to add a 5th question, I would simply click on add question. I would pop the question in here, and then I would hit save. And right now I'll just hit cancel. Typically, in my experience, polls have had 1 question, and so you would just add here for a new poll. But you may want your polls to have more than 1 question, so that's where you would add a question within the poll. So let's see how to launch it. So I'm going to go ahead and start this meeting, and I'll go ahead and open Zoom. And I'll join with computer audio. And you can see in the host dashboard down here or in the toolbar, I have the polling option. And it will automatically show the first poll, but with this little drop down here, you can look at all of your questions and choose from them. Okay. And so a 1 question poll will look like this, and you would say launch poll. And then you give them time, and you'll see people respond to that poll, and then you can end it. And then you can say share results. In order to get this off of everyone's screen, you have to say stop sharing. I made that mistake yesterday where I was moving on to a different topic, and in the live session, the participants were still seeing the poll on their screen. And they said, hey, can you get this off of our screens? That's important to remember. At any time, I can get out of polling, and to launch the second poll, you just go back to the same item, click on the drop-down menu, and then this one, you'll see that there are multiple questions, and this is the way your participants will see it. And when you launch the poll, they'll have to answer all 3 questions. You can say end poll again, you can share the results, or you can relaunch. And then remember to stop sharing. Okay? And that is how you use and launch polls in your Zoom class. The next video will focus on sharing documents to use in breakout sessions in Zoom. Stay tuned.